Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We are continuing our playthrough of This War of Mine by Awakened Realms. We're doing pretty good. We're going to be moving into Chapter 3 in this video. Now, there's a couple things I want to mention from the last couple of videos that I didn't get a chance to touch on. One of them is our fate cards. There's been a few times I've mentioned in our videos that I'm going to explain the bottom portion of these fate cards, and now's the time to do it. I actually used the bottom portion in my last video. So whenever a symbol like this is rolled on a die, you can choose to go ahead and have fate decide, which means you would shuffle this fate deck up and you would draw the top card and consult the bottom. If it matches the die that you've rolled, you get to go ahead and deal with what it says. So this one would say headshot, the target suffers 3 wounds, which would be really good. Now, if I had rolled the yellow die, this would be a straight up miss. Now, there are some good ones and there are some bad ones. So don't think just because you got that. See, for example, here, if I rolled that symbol and drew this, it would say weapon is jammed. Until the end of combat, the combatants fight as if unarmed. So these could be, you let fate decide your fate. Fate decide your fate. I guess that's something. And now that we're done talking about the fate cards, I do want to mention though, in the video when I used the fate card, it was during the night raid section, and you can't actually use that little S symbol. It just means miss. I want to thank Brainy Slav. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if it's wrong. He brought that to my attention. And also he mentioned that sniper's card, it actually turned out exactly how it's supposed to. But after it hit Boris, poor Boris, I feel so sorry for him. That would have been resolved. And he shouldn't have been able to fire that second shot at Erica. The card would have resolved after somebody got hit. The other thing I need to do is when we decided to stop our exploration in the last video, I was looking at the board thinking, I believe I can stop this at any time. And yes-ish and no-ish. You can stop the exploration at any time, but the card itself has to tell you. And so, for example, say this was the card we were doing. It doesn't say anywhere on here that we could stop the exploration. And if we move to the next card, it doesn't say we could stop the exploration. But if we come to something like this, and it would say you can ignore this card or do this or end exploration. So in that video, I should have drawn more cards until I came to a point that said or end exploration. So that's my fault. I don't know how many other cards I would have had to draw to get to that point, but I just wanted you to be aware of it. The last thing I want to talk about is this card. It's Rebels. We had this in our last exploration. It says Rebels are offering you some items. They have 1 moonshine and 1 cigarette to exchange. Trade commission too. What I want to talk about is trade commission. Now, at this point in the game, I did it wrong. I wanted to get this cigarette and I was going to use my moonshine. And I just added in the trade commission to make it pretty much balance out. You can't do that. You have to pay the trade commission first. Stephen was able to point that out and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I've actually been playing this wrong and I wanted to make sure everybody understands that. I would have to find something that's worth 2 or more to use as commission before I could even begin trading. So at that point, I don't know what I would have had that I could have traded, but let's say I would have had a chem and an herb and this moonshine or something. I could have gave the chem and the herb as my trade commission, and then I could have traded my moonshine for the cigarette. I hope that makes sense. Just know that you have to pay your trade commission before you're even able to make any of the trade. Now on to which one of our golden tickets we get to keep. Oh, I'm shooting water across the board. We are going to be able to keep Dead On. The votes are in. Here's the winner. It says play during any combat or during your backstab. If you're wielding a hatchet, automatically kill 1 enemy. But I think more importantly, this is what we're looking for. Play during the night raid phase. If the character on guard duty has a hatchet, automatically ignore 1 night raid card. Oh, this is going to be key to victory. We're going to go ahead and put this one back in our narrative action deck, and the other one we've put with the rest of them that we have. Now, are you ready to see if Erica, Anton, Katya, and our orphan can make it through this war of mine? If so, then I need you to meet me at the table.
Like a shooting star it came, the denizens remain calling out. The soul in the western sky came a never-ending light. They swallowed up the night and turned their precise sky.
So it's morning, and we're going to draw our first card, and it's Chapter 3. So let's go ahead and flip it over and read what it says. It says, Chapter 3. You've just finished the second chapter of the campaign. Resolve the top objective card. See the reward if you met the conditions or the penalty if you do not, and remove it from the game. You may save the game now or start the third chapter immediately by drawing the top event card to begin a new day. After you resolve this card, remove this card from the game. So we're going to go ahead and resolve this card by taking care of our objective. Our objective for the last chapter was water delivery for local thugs. At any moment, you may discard any amount of water without resolving its effect. For each discarded water, advance the objective marker by 1. So we've gone ahead and advanced it all the way to the end. So we actually have completed our objective. Reward, payoff, add 10 components or wood to the storage. Oh, that's going to be awesome. And we're going to go ahead and take 5 components and 5 wood. And we're going to go put those in our storage. And then we're going to go ahead and complete our objective by discarding the card. And we're going to be on our final objective. Our final objective states survive. Well, that's kind of an understatement. At least one character from the starting group must survive until the end of the game. With each state, the hunger, misery, wounds, and illness equal to or less than 2. The fatigue is ignored. All right, so I can run my guys under the ground. They just can't be hungry, miserable, or wounded. All right, that's good to know. Now let's go check our event. We have entered into our ending events, and there's 3 of them. One of these is most likely going to say you've won the game. So I'm not sure which one it is because there's 3. So we're going to go ahead and start with our top event. It says contagious illness. Well, that didn't say win the game. Raise all ill characters' illness by 1. Yuck. Oh, that's terrible. But I get to add 2 to the cold. So we're going to add 2 cold to the cold space. And we're going to go, that goes to 5 right now. As I try to put my hand on the screen, it didn't work. So contagious illness. Raise all ill characters' illness by 1. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that. Well, that makes me sad. That means Katya's illness is going to go to 2. She's only going to be able to do 1 action in the day phase. We're going to move into our day action phase. Now, Katya only gets to do 1 action because she's got illness 2 right now. Our Erica only gets to do 2 actions because she has fatigue. So she's going to go and sleep in the bed to get back all of her fatigue. Erica only can do 1 thing, and she is going to do 1 thing. She's going to go right here, and she's going to build something. She's going to build a crude stove. I've got a plan. We're going to use 2 mechanical parts, 5 components, which I'm grabbing from our ×5 storage, and also we need 3 wood. So that's going to be able to complete our crude stove. We're going to build it right here. Now this stove, I can prepare a meal. If I have 2 herbs, water, and wood, I can get a vegetable. I can cook a dinner. If I have raw food, water, and wood or a book, I can make 2 raw food. So we're going to go ahead and put our crude stove right there. We're going to remove these tokens that we used to build that crude stove. We're going to put them back over in the pile. Next, Anton's going to use an efficient heater. He's going to go ahead and use 2 of our wood to go ahead and remove 2 cold from the cold tokens up here. So he's gotten rid of 2 of the cold. There's only 3 cold left up there. Our little girl's going to hang out here and pretend she has a new idea, but she really doesn't. That's the end of our first action. So we're going to move Anton back. We're going to move Katya back. We're going to move Erica back as well. And our girl's going to come back too. Erica, after taking a nap, is going to lose her fatigue. So now we're into action day 2, or our second action during our day action. So we've used our heater. I'm going to have Erica go ahead and use the rainwater collector. This time, Anton's going to go ahead and use the crude stove for his second action. And I'm going to go ahead and take 1 of my wood, 1 of my raw food, and 1 of my water, and we're going to use the crude stove to create 2 raw food. And we're going to discard these 2 back to the storage, or not to the storage, I'm sorry, off to the side. His crude stove has been completed. He's going to go here. We're going to go ahead and put a weight token on that rainwater collector and move Erica back here. Now we're going to be going into action turn 3. And what we're going to do now is Anton's got 2 misery. I'm not digging that. So Anton's going to go to the cardboard fort and hopefully get some misery taken care of. We're also going to build a comfortable bed. I've got 3 wood and 2 components still down here in the storage. Actually, I've got 6 wood, so I'm pretty happy about that. And we're going to build this comfortable bed. I would put it next to the kids' room, but that's where the rainwater is. So she's going to put it right up here next to the fort. Now, what does the comfortable bed do? That's a great question. It says, during the dawn phase, roll the black die. On a result of 7 to 10, raise the happiness by 1. My goal here is to get this kid's happiness up a little bit because it's kind of been dipping a little bit. Now, if we look at our comfortable fort, it states, roll the black die and compare the result with the empathy of the character placed here. Anton's empathy is 7. A result that is equal to or less than the character's empathy, raise the happiness by 1 and lower the character's misery by 1. Now, if the result is greater than the character's empathy, I have to remove this card from the game. So we're going to go ahead and give that a shot. I have to roll a die, and if I get, lower, a 7 or lower, we're good. And I got a 2. So that means Anton is able to lower his misery from 2 down to 1. And our Orphan of War is going to go to a 2 happiness. Anton's then going to go back onto guard duty over here, and that's going to be the end of our day action phase. I think that went really well. So moving into the dusk phase, we're going to have to decide if we want to eat and drink. We are going to drink. Everybody's going to have some water. Anton, Katya, and Erica are all going to have water. As for food, Anton's going to eat raw food because it can get rid of his hunger. So I'm going to do that. He's done. Now we have to think about what we're going to do with our other guys here. Now we have 2 more sweets. We're going to get rid of one of our sweets and we're going to feed it to Katya as if it's a vegetable. Now I'm not actually going to give Erica any food this turn. I've got a plan. I know it seems cruel, but I do have a plan. And we're going to give the girl one of our vegetables, which means she will not gain any, her happiness won't go down. And that's going to be the end of our dusk phase. Now Erica is going to stand on guard duty. I know it sounds weird, but I've got a plan. Anton is also going to stand on guard duty, and Katya is actually going to go out and scavenge. Oh, I don't know if that's really going to be a bad idea. Okay, nope, I lied. Katya is going to stand on guard duty. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got it figured out. This is going to be, sorry, this is going to be just a mess. All right, Katya and Anton are standing on guard duty. Erica's going out by herself. I know I said I probably wasn't going to do that, but I've got a plan. So that's going to be our plan. Okay, let's go. Erica's going to go ahead and go out on the findings pile by herself. She's going to go to the construction site. I have a plan. I know this sounds just absolutely bonkers. She's just going to bring her saw blade. That's it. That's the plan. The other 3 are going to stay here on guard duty. So since we're at the close location, we're going to get 14 cards from our exploration deck. So we're just going to mix these up a little bit and grab 14 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're going to begin our exploration. All right, we got hiding place. You may return 2 exploration cards to save it. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to return 2 exploration cards. This probably is going to be the fastest exploration you're ever going to see. Closed door. Okay, we don't have a closed door here, so we're going to discard this and draw another card. Bars. We do have bars. Wow, and I actually brought my saw blade. This is out of control. This is great. All right, I'm going to return 2 exploration cards and roll for noise. Our noise is at 1 right now. So we're going to roll our noise right here. We got a 2. Okay, we're okay. So then it says add 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we get to resolve a findings card like a pantry. This is going to be awesome. All right, we're doing really well right now. Okay. Pantry. Oh, look at that, canned food and sugar. Wow, we get to roll on the special findings table. We got a 5. Let's go ahead and see what the 5 is. Oh, the 5 is a mechanical part. All right, but we're going to get the canned food and sugar. All right, we got the canned food, mechanical part, and a sugar. All right, that was awesome. We're going to put this back. We're then going to also discard that card as well. Now we're going to continue exploring. We got basement entrance. There is not a basement entrance, so we've got to draw another exploration card. Search the furniture. Oh, I like this. Raise the noise by 1 and roll for noise. Well, that's what we're going to do. Our noise will go to 2, and we're going to go ahead and roll it. We got a 4, so we're just fine. No residents. So we're going to go ahead and search the furniture. So we're going to look at our findings card for the furniture and see what we get. Hopefully something really good. What's in the furniture? We found electrical part, mechanical part, an herb, and a roll on the special findings table. All right, let's see what we get. A 4, that's nothing. So I'll get the rest of this, the herb, mechanical, and electrical. So I've got an herb, a mechanical, and electrical part. So we're going to go ahead, flip that back over, draw our next exploration card. A door. I'm just going to raise the noise by, no, I'm going to roll for noise. We're at a 2 right now. We got a 7, so we're okay. We're doing pretty good here. Let's see what's next. Search the furniture. We're going to raise the noise by 1 to 3. I'm just going to do it off camera. And I'm going to roll right here. I need a 3 or better, or 4 or better, I guess. I got a 7, so we get to go ahead and search the furniture. So let's see what we find in the furniture. Oh, I forgot a card. I forgot a couple cards. So let's see what the furniture says. A book, a chem, and a medicinal or herbal medicine, sorry. And we also got an 8. Oh, that's going to be perfect. The 8 is a vegetable, and I'm telling you right now, that's really what I'm going for right now. I got a vegetable, a chem, an herbal medicine, and a book. So that's fantastic. We're going to turn that card back over and continue going. All right. Someone's here. Raise the noise by 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're at 6. Let's keep going. Tough luck. Roll for noise. All right, not bad, not too bad. Our noise is 6 right now. Oh, I got a 9. Wow, this is unbelievable. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not planning to stay here as long as I am right now. Hideout. You may ignore this card or return as many exclusions. Nope. To lower the noise, I don't want to lower the noise. I just want to keep going. Climb up. Return 3 exploration cards or climb and potentially hurt yourself. We're returning 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see what's next. Rubble. There is rubble at the construction site, and I did not bring my shovel, so I have to leave this card here. All right. Search the heap. Raise the noise by 1 and roll for noise. That's what we're going to do. Our noise is now off camera again. I apologize. At a 7. We're going to roll it. We got a 6. So we found a resident. This is where I'm going to play my hiding spot. After rolling for noise, you may discard this card. Ignore an encounter. Do not draw a resident card. So we're going to ignore that, and then we're going to keep on going. Our noise marker does come down to 1, which again I'm doing off camera. I apologize. And let's see here. Search the heap again. Raise the noise and roll for noise. Our noise is now 2. We got a 7, so we're okay. We're going to go ahead, put that over here, and we're going to search the heap. I didn't expect to get through all these cards. This is absolutely amazing. The heap says cigarette, chem, and electrical part, and a roll on the special findings page thing. We got a 3, that's nothing. So we gain an electric part, a chem, and a cigarette. We're going to put all those right there. Flip this card, and we're going to explore one more time. We found a jammed door. There is no jammed door, so we're going to go ahead and draw a card from the exploration deck. Stairs down. Return 3 exploration points, or raise the noise by 3 and roll for noise. I think we, oh wait. Or end exploration. We are going to end the exploration right here. All right, that turned out way better than I expected. My plan was not to stay here very long. I was just going to maybe grab one thing and then run back because we don't need too much. We're doing pretty good. So we're going to put those over here. And since this might be one of the last times we're going to be going to the heart of the city, we're going to go ahead and do that. Again, I don't know if I normally would have if I wasn't recording, but we're going to go ahead and go to the heart of the city, which is going to draw a card. We're going to roll to see what happens. We're in chapter 3 now. We're going to go to 7, which says see chapter H25. So let's go see what happens. H25 says, we approach a crowd gathered in one spot. We want to find out what's happening. Maybe someone's handing out food. A man is kneeling in the center. His face is a picture of misery, with grooves etched into its dirt by tears, giving it the impression of a clown in full makeup. People keep throwing various trinkets on a rag spread out in front of him. He's trying to gather a ransom for his son. He's got until tomorrow evening to pay up. His son was taken by people in uniforms. A woman explains. Soldiers? Rebels? He doesn't know. He just wants his son back. We may add something to his pile if we want to. Discard any tokens from the finding pile. But there are so many people here, we don't have to give anything. He'll get what he needs anyway. Back to the game. So that was one of the weirdest things. So in essence, even if we give or don't give, nothing changes because there wasn't like, oh, if you give him the stuff, you go to this, and if you don't, then you go to something else. No, there wasn't anything like that. But so, I don't know, we're going to go to our choose findings because actually I am going to give him the 2 electrical parts, this mechanical part, this sugar, anything that weighs anything, he can have it. I have no need for this stuff. Here's another mechanical part. Here you go, man. Hopefully all this stuff can help him get his son back. Now, if we look at the rest of the stuff we have 2 chems, a cigarette, a book, an herb, an herbal medicine. We even found a canned food, a vegetable, and we're going to bring back our saw blades. So this is what we're going to bring back. We're going to bring back 2 water. I'm going to tell you, this was the main reason I went out, was just to get some water. I didn't actually expect to get anything else. I expected the first card to be something like, oh, you're going to have to deal with something. I didn't want to deal with anything. I was just planning to get water and go home. Now, while Erica was out scavenging, we're going to go ahead and give the shotgun and the hatchet to these guys. We're going to take one of our ammo with the shotgun, and we're going to stand guard because we're going to have to deal with a night raid. So let's see what we get as a night raid card. We're going to shuffle these up real good. Hopefully a lot better than finding raging gangs. No raging gangs, something better than that, please. All right, let's see what we find. Starving people. They're going to take any 4 tokens, starting with green tokens, which is going to be absolutely the worst thing that could happen, and then also 1 wound. All right, so here's what we get to do. This is one reason I was thinking of keeping Erica here, is because we have to roll. For every person on guard duty, they get to roll a die. The hatchet and the shotgun both get to roll. So I'm going to roll for the hatchet first, and we're going to see how he does. Oh, he did perfect. So the hatchet symbol means that we automatically can ignore this night raid. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it back down and not deal with it. Now my only question is, do I still have to fire the shotgun? I'm going to guess that we both were there fighting, so I probably have to. Well, it missed. The reason I'm asking is I have to discard this ammo then. I'm going to discard it. If that's wrong, I apologize, but they were both standing guard, and they both were going to go after these what were they? Hungry people or something? Starving people. Oh, I have to read the bottom. It says, after remove this card from the game. So we have to remove that from the game. So they successfully stood guard. That's fantastic. We're going to put these back into our storage and move into the next phase, which is going to be our dawn phase. Now, the beginning of the dawn phase is when we have to deal with Sabina. So we're going to have to give her a bandage and a vegetable. And I think it's going to be okay to give her both because I don't foresee us needing these. I have kind of set myself up to not even have to go scavenging next turn if things go well. All right, we'll see how it all turns out. So Sabina's going to grab a bandage and a vegetable. All right, now we have to roll for her shadows of the past. And she got a 5. If she would have got a 1, we would have had to dealt with something. I'm not exactly sure. I would have had to read something from the book of scripts. With that, our scavenging party is going to return. So we're going to put all our books together because now we've got all 3 of those books again. We've got this shovel and the saw blade, which we're probably never going to use again. We've got a cigarette. We've got an herb. We've got 2 chems. We've got a vegetable. Oh, this is going to be so good. We've got canned food. Oh, this is perfect. Herbal meds, and we also have 2 water. Okay, I really think we're stocked. I think we could go almost 2 turns and be okay as long as we can get rain from our rainwater. So now we're going to go ahead and assign meds and bandages, and we don't have to again. She's already got her meds. She's ready to go. We're going to go ahead and shuffle up our fate cards and see what fate has decided for us today. Let's see what we get. We're going to take that card right there, and let's see. It says, raise the wounds of all wounded, unbandaged characters by 1. Not going to happen. Lower the illness of all characters who took meds by 2. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at this. No illness on Katya. Oh, wow. That was absolutely awesome. It says discard all med tokens. Okay, yes, I did that. If cold tokens minus board ups equal 5 or more, raise the illness of all characters by 1. That's not happening. Exchange the nearest small location. Again, that doesn't happen. We don't have any small locations. We're going to resolve weight tokens, and then we're going to resolve Spirit A. So let's do the Spirit A since we're here. It says habit, discard a cigarette from storage. So she's going to use one of her cigarettes. Anton, of course, is going to read. We know what this one's all about. If there is at least 1 book in the storage, lower Anton's misery by 1, but raise his fatigue by 1. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Next, we've got Katya. Katya has discard 1 coffee from the storage or raise her misery by 1. I do have coffee. I've got 2 of them. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And we're sitting super pretty right now. And now all we have to do is do that weight token. All right, let's go put this card back with our fate deck. So we're going to remove our weight token and go ahead and roll and see how we did. We got a 6. All right, our 6 is 3 water. I'll take it. We got 3 water. And now we get to draw some golden tickets. But I'm going to put Sabina back over on the fate deck, put these dice away, and we're going to go ahead and see what narrative action cards we get. We're going to take these 2 right here. Now, I'm pretty sure we've seen them all by now. Let's see here. We got Rumors. Okay, we know this one. It says play at any time. Take a look at the top 2 cards from the following decks. Events, Visitors, Residents, and Night Raids. We actually might take that card. And then got it. Yeah, we're totally taking this. Got it. Scavenging. I get a knife. No. We're going to go ahead and take this Rumors card, and we're going to hold on to this. And with that complete, we're just going to move right into our next day. So we're going to start by going into the morning phase. So this was our last event. We're going to go ahead and discard this. And we're going to go to our next ending event. All right, we got a 50-50 chance. Let's see what this one is. Oh, it's ceasefire. All right, this is going to be really good. The long-awaited ceasefire was finally agreed upon, putting an end to the fighting in Pagoran. Those who managed to survive the war in Grozovnia would never forget it. Play this day to the end, including the dawn phase. Then resolve the epilogue, see 1000 in the Book of Scripts. Also, we have to add 3 to the cold space, so we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and start our day actions. Anton is going to go take a nap. He's going to take a nap. Katya, sadly, is not going to be able to take a nap, and her fatigue is probably going to set in. But she's going to go to the efficient water or heater. I'm going to have, I'm sorry, that's Katya. Katya is going to go use the stove, and I'm going to have Erica use the heater. And she's going to go play up here in her cardboard fort. So we're going to pay 3 wood in the efficient heater to go ahead and discard 3 cold tokens from the cold space. Next, we're going to go ahead and use the crude stove. We're going to use a water, a wood, and a raw food. And when we do that, we gain another raw food, and we discard the wood and the water. So we're going to put these down here. And then Anton took a nap, so he's going to come back over here on guard duty. Katya's over there. She's over there. We're going to remove our wood. Anton's gone ahead and lost his 2 fatigue. Moving into the second turn, I'm going to have Erica take a nap this time. I'm going to have Anton go ahead, and I think he's going to use the crude stove as well. He's going to go ahead and use a raw food, a wood, and a water. And he's going to go ahead and use that to make 1 more raw food. And then he's going to take both of them and put them down here. His turn is over. She's also slept, so she's going to go ahead and remove her fatigue that she had. We're moving into the third action, and what we're going to do is I'm going to have the most empathetic character, which is Anton, go up here to the cardboard fort. I'm going to have her go to the kids' room and play. Oh, I forgot about my comfortable bed. Oh, no. Oh, well. It says during the dawn phase, roll a black die and a result of 7 to 10, raise the happiness by 1. I totally forgot to do that during the dawn phase. That's okay. We'll do it this dawn phase. But we're going to go ahead and roll his empathy first. So we're going to take our die and see what he gets. He got a 2, so that's fantastic. His misery is already good, but I want to raise our kids' happiness from 2 to 3. Next, our kid's going to come down here to the kids' room and hang out with Katya. Well, that's not Katya can't do anything. I apologize. Erica is supposed to be the one doing this. And she's going to go ahead and roll her empathy. Now, hers is only 6, but she got a 5. And this one says a result that is equal to or less raises the happiness of our orphan. So our orphan is going to go all the way to 4. And that's going to be the end of our day action phase. And that was pretty good. Moving into the dust phase, we're all, of course, going to take a drink of water, and we're all going to eat like kings, I think. We're all going to have some raw food. Look at this. We got 4 of them. Even the girl gets some raw food. It's a happy day today. We're all going to eat raw food, and we're also going to drink water. So everybody's happy. Everybody's fed. We're going to go ahead and take the 1 hunger off Erica. And look at this. Our guys are looking fantastic. Oh, wow. This is unbelievable. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give Erica, and I'm also going to give Anton each 1 fatigue because they're going to remain on guard duty. Katya is going to go take a nap in the bed. So Katya is going to lose her 2 fatigue, and the little girl's going to go sleep on the floor. There's going to be no scavenging this turn because I don't need anything. I've got enough to get through everything. We're going to take our hatchet. We're going to give it to Katya. Or not Katya, sorry, Erica. Anton's going to take the shotgun, and he's going to go ahead and take an ammo with this. Because since we're done with the scavenging phase, because there isn't one, we're going to go right to the Night Raid cards. So we're going to go ahead and take our Night Raid cards, shuffle them up real good, and see what we get. We got... Oh, here comes that Raging Gangs again. 8 damage and 5 wounds. That's absolutely terrible. Okay, we're going to go ahead and roll. First, we're going to roll both the dice and see what happens. So Anton's got the shotgun and she's got the hatchet. So we got absolutely nothing. Now, Anton could choose the S symbol, but hold on a second. Katya's got, or Erica, I apologize, has 2 prowess. She gets to roll this dice twice. Oh, she got the hatchet symbol. Man, I am just getting unbelievably lucky with that. So that means we discard our Night Raids card and ignore its effect. So we're going to go ahead and take our dice back here. We did lose our ammo. We used it. And now we're going to move into our Dawn phase. So at this time, I have to deal with Sabina. So Sabina is actually going to take a vegetable, but I don't have any meds for her. So we have to roll. And on a 1 or 2, she could die. She got a 7. She's not dead. All right, that's half the battle. Now, there's an event that goes on with Sabina. If I get a 1, something happens. I didn't. I got another 7. Lucky 7s. Yay! So Sabina, again, is doing just fine. She ate her vegetable. We're going to put her back on the fate deck. And since there's no meds and no bandages to put on anybody, we're just going to go ahead and draw our fate card and see what happens to us. Our fate card is going to tell us pretty much how this all is going to end in the end. In the end, it's going to end like this. Raise the wounds by 1. There aren't any wounds. Lower the illness of all characters took meds by 2. None. Discard meds. Cold tokens minus board ups equal 5 or more. Raise the illness of 1. Not happening. No small thing. Oh, I forgot to get my weight tokens, but that's okay. Resolve Spirit A. That's the only thing we have to do. Now, Spirit A on Erica is the cigarettes. We have to give her a cigarette. Anton is going to read a book, and he's going to gain 1 fatigue. We know all about that one. That one's awesome. And Katya is going to take 1 coffee. So we've gone ahead and taken care of Spirit A. The next thing we have to do is we're going to go ahead and grab a narrative action card. But again, this is a moot point because this is the end of the game. But just to show you what narrative action cards you would have gotten, I might as well draw a couple and see what they are. So the cards are, we have our handyman card again. We got this one back, I think, like on day 2 or 3. And then knock the door down. During a day action phase or during the scavenging phase, you may automatically open a closed door. Well, that would have been kind of good when we had that closed door up here for such a long time. But we're not going to take any of these because it's a moot point, because we have come to the end because our ceasefire has happened. Play the day to its end, including the dawn phase. Then resolve the epilogue. See 1000 in the Book of Scripts. Now, before we turn to 1000, I want to tell you this game has been absolutely amazing. This game is hard. We have done very, very well. And I would like to say that actually adding in the Heart of the City and Desperate Measures kind of really made the game, I think it's made it a little bit easier. Now, that could be that I got none of the bad Heart of the City. It seemed like every time I went to the Heart of the City, something decent at least happened. And these Desperate Measures, the only one we drew, actually helped us a little bit. And our kid action cards, well, that kid action card wasn't that bad either. If I remember right, it gave us a happiness. So a lot of these things seem to make things a little bit easier. Not to mention the things you can make with the kid, the comfortable bed, the cardboard fort, which I forgot to use again. Glad I built a comfortable bed. I never used it. These things, again, I can use them to almost, the cardboard fort especially, I can lower my own misery. And sometimes it's really hard to get rid of misery. But the other 3, the kid cards seem to be a little bit, making it a little bit easier. Of course, you have to feed her and keep her happy. So if you don't bring back enough food, eventually losing her would probably give you more misery. And it just, once this ball starts rolling of badness, it's hard to slow down. We never got to see the bad ball rolling, so that was at least half the battle. Awakened Realms has done an absolutely fantastic job making a great game called This War of Mine. It's really one of my favorite solo type games to play, and it always is different. That whole book of scripts is absolutely enormous. It's got a lot of pages to it, and as you can see, each thing is just a little thing. So there's so much in this that I have never read any of the same ones twice playing this game, and I think this is about my 7th or 8th time playing this game. And I tell you, I don't win this very often at all. Some of the things I did a little bit different is actually I've never built this rainwater collector either. The only reason I built it was because we had that objective card up there that I had to take care of, the one where we had to give to the thugs. If I wouldn't have had that, I probably would have never built the rainwater collector. That actually is really good. I might remember to keep building that. So this game is a really great kind of push your luck, resource management, survival type game. I really, really enjoy this game. They do so many different things really, really well. Now we're going to turn to the Book of Scripts number 1000. No, we're not. I'm a terrible person. I'm not going to read it. If you want to know how this game ends, you're going to have to either pick up a copy for yourself or find another way. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but I don't want to spoil the ending of this game. This game is so good, you have to go out and try it yourself. I know this seems kind of cruel, and if there's enough outcry and enough people really want to know the end, I'll maybe post another video that has a big spoiler tag. So in the comments below, if you really do want to hear the ending, please go ahead and let me know. But I would like to make sure that you understand that if there's any way you can, this is such a good game, you should go and try it yourself. Thank you so much for watching. This game was so much fun to bring back to the table. I'm really glad that on my 1,000 subscriber video, this one was one of the ones that won. It was so fun to bring back. Now, if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, hit the bell symbol, and you'll know when our next video series comes. I would love to hear from everybody in the comments, so please leave anything down there. This game is so much fun. I hope that you had as much fun watching it and playing along with me that I had doing it for you. So again, thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested in what's coming next, then I need you to meet me at the table.